Let's watch this shit. Men aren't the issue. Let's see.
How are men not the issue?
Because men are not complicated or difficult to please. That's women. Men are not sold, nor do they buy into these unrealistic and idealistic, fallacious ideas of romantic love, such as...
Preach, dude. King. Preach. Spitting. Dude, honestly, in a weird way, I'm nostalgic for like old school PUA, men's right activist guys. The new meninists are constantly crying. They're like, oh, no man ever gets a flower. The only time a man is ever given flowers is on his funeral. Men don't actually say hi to one another. And it's like, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe if you stop being a fucking dork, dude. Like, you could do that. Like, you could give the homies flowers. You know what I mean? You're doing this to yourself.
Just soulmates in the one. That's women. Cliches such as happy wife, happy life, and the woman is always right does not exist for men. That's women. A man's feelings aren't conveyed to be the focal point of a relationship, nor is the relationship satisfaction and longevity predicated upon a man's feelings. That's women. Men are not the ones you have to simp and pander to in order to please them. That's women. Men are not the ones who say they want one thing and then end up with the other. That's women. Men are not the ones who struggle to operate within the confinements of reality or hold...
Women, I mean, the old ones were also pussies. Yeah, no, for sure. You're absolutely correct about that. But at least they didn't like, what do you call it? At least they didn't present themselves in such a horrifyingly baby shit style way. What's also funny about this kind of commentary, this kind of rhetoric about like, oh, men are actually oppressed, is that like, it's these dudes that are also like, you know, Andrew Tate fans. And I've described this over and over again, that like, people like Andrew Tate consistently reinforcing the narrative of patriarchy is part of the reason why women feel like they can't approach men. Otherwise, they might get attacked. They might be emotionally abused. They might be physically abused if the entitled partner, who is obviously physically larger too and is a constant looming presence and looming threat, would then maybe do some shit that might hurt them, as their prior experiences have shown.
Accountable when things go wrong in the relationship. That's women. Men are not the ones who develop these entitled, spoiled, I'm always right no matter what because my feelings said so attitude. That's women. Men are not the ones who struggle with pettiness, spitefulness, and passive aggressiveness. That's women.
I mean, this is just like straight up the lamest way to shit on women. At least if you're gonna shit on women, do it in like the old school way and just be like, the bitches. You know what I mean? It's like, like, I'm serious. Do you know what I mean? Like, the other style is also, like, very... The other style sucks, too. But this is the funniest way to do it. It's, like, trying to come across like you're airing legitimate grievances. I don't know. I just like, well, by his logic, he sounds like he's a woman. Yeah, he's being petty, spiteful, and passive-aggressive while complaining that women are petty, spiteful, and passive-aggressive. Misogynist dudes nowadays got me begging for old school misogyny. You know what I mean? Like, new school misogyny is so like, it's just the same kind of misogyny, but masked under, masked under like, you know, emancipatory language and academic language to make it seem like they're saying something polite when they're not being polite at all. It's just like a very cowardly way to go about it. Whereas, like, old school misogyny was, like, very obvious. You know what I mean? It just hits you, bam, in the face, like Andrew Tate style.
Women. A man's feelings aren't conveyed to be the focal point of a relationship, nor is the relationship satisfaction and longevity predicated upon a man's feelings.
Like, why not? Why is a man's feel? It's just, like, your own personal fucking point of view on the matter. Men are not the ones who complain that I've eaten all the remaining donuts without offering any to my wife who clearly wanted one. Yeah, now they're... Oh, my God, that's such a good lock, chatter. Now they're writing Aaron Sorkin speeches about hating women. Like, at least, like, old school misogyny, old school patriarchal attitudes was like, I hate woman. I hate woman. It was like that. Now it's like, yeah, get back to the kitchen. Get back to the kitchen. Clean the house. Clean the house. Know your place. Now it's like pontificating endlessly in the most eloquent way possible to ultimately arrive at the same fucking point that you just hate women and that like they need to stay in the kitchen, or they are the reason why the dating pool is fucked.
It's women. Men are not the ones you have to simp and pander to in order to please them. That's women.
Men are not the ones who have to pander to please them. That's women.
Men are not the ones who say they want one thing and then end up with the other. That's
Yeah, men are not the ones who say they have to end up, they claim that they want one thing, but they end up with the other. That's women. Like, dude, you're just ascribing manipulation and bad qualities to women, but you're just using like words that liberals would ultimately use normally. This is the Jordan Petersonification of social whining. Yeah. Whenever I see them, I kind of root for them to find a woman that actually loves them for what they are and teaches them to be open and empathetic. Like, if you even want to get to that point, you have to fucking take the first step, okay? Take the whatever fucking pill you need to take to recognize that it's like, no, a lot of the issues that you are presenting are a cop-out. And most of it stems from you. There are 3.5 billion women on the fucking planet, dog. 3.5 billion, okay? If you think you can just like, you know, wipe away half the population or trap them into this like monolithic structure, you're out of your fucking mind. You're just crazy. You're lost in the sauce.
Women. Men are not the ones who struggle to operate within the confinements of reality or hold themselves accountable when things go wrong in the relationship. That's women. Men are not the ones who develop these entitled, spoiled, I'm always right. No.
Men aren't the ones threatening to divorce you if you don't stop digging your structurally unsound tunnel in your backyard. That's women. Okay, to be fair though, you should be able to do that. You should be able to do that. Like, that is, if you're, you know, digging a hole all the way down to China in your backyard that's structurally unsound is a lot more fun when you don't got a bitch in your ear telling you how fucking dangerous it is, okay? I'm just saying. How come Elon Musk gets to do it? Huh? He called it boring tunnels. He said Hyperloop. Everyone's like, here, take $1 billion. But me and Billy Bob, we get together, we build that same goddamn thing. Everyone's saying, hey, you got a permit for that. Fuck no. Last time I checked, this wasn't communist China. Even though I'm trying to get down there with the tunnel. Nancy Pelosi gets to go to Taiwan. Why can't I dig a hole down to Beijing?
No matter what, because my feelings said so attitude. That's women. Men are not the ones who struggle with pettiness, spitefulness, and passive aggressiveness. That's women. Depicted.
Yeah, he's just spiteful and passive aggressive as fuck in this entire video.
As innocent angels in the media, that's women. Pick the wrong men and then complain that no good men exist, that's women. Unrealistic expectations, unreasonable.
Bro, isn't he just doing exactly what he's complaining about here? Like, this just seems like you fucking picked the wrong, you picked the wrong woman, I guess. And now you're just complaining that all women are bad. In your That's Woman fucking, in your That's Woman video.
Standards and shitty selectivity, that's women.
The whole argument is no you. Yeah, I mean, this is the nice guy. This is the classic nice guy who's like upset because, you know, someone didn't throw pussy that he thought he was entitled to when he was being nice. Dude, TikTok has the most unhinged people across the board. Like, if you want incels, incels galore. If you want femcells, femcells galore too. Okay? You got all of it. It's just like, it's awesome. Everybody loves taking their individual grievances and casting it on the other side and making like overarching, over-encompassing moral statements, and you can always find a fucking audience for it. That's TikTok.